This time, Xiao Yan immersed almost all the soul power of the imperial realm into the medicine tripod. Any movement that occurred in it could be noticed by him in the first place. And under his high-intensity attention, the many pure medicinal liquids in the medicine tripod gradually began to merge. The fusion was carried out in Xiao Yan's trembling and calm. But fortunately, this time, nothing went wrong in this link, and with the completion of the fusion of the liquid medicine, a colorful liquid mass the size of a fist appeared in the medicine tripod. Inside, looking at the liquid mass where the medicinal powers were mixed with each other, Xiao Yan's heart was not relieved by this. His mind was still tight. The power of the soul of the imperial realm controlled the heat to a perfect level, slowly releasing the temperature, causing the many medicinal liquids in the liquid mass to begin to condense completely. As the liquid mass slowly shrank and condensed, after about half a day, the surface of the liquid mass began to gradually become hard, and the prototype of a pill with an uneven surface gradually took shape. Looking at the prototype of the pill that finally condensed smoothly, Xiao Yan's big stone pressed on his heart was finally removed. The most difficult steps have been completed. Next, as long as the heat is maintained and the prototype of the pill is well nourished, then the eternal pill should be regarded as successfully refined. But this Daipin pill, there should also be pill thunder. While Xiao Yan was thinking about it, a muffled sound slowly spread from the pill tripod. In the quiet hall, with a faint fragrance of flowers, Xiao Long and Xiao Li both sat quietly and bored. The former was a little better, but the latter's old cheeks were already full of impatience. He has been in for nearly a month. Why hasn't he gotten better yet? After sitting and standing for a while again, Xiao Li finally stood up impatiently. Alchemy is inherently time-consuming and can't be rushed, and this is the first time Xiao Yan has refined the imperial pill, and of course it will take longer. Xiao Long put down a roll of yellowish prescriptions in his hand, glanced in the direction of the stone chamber, and said, "Wait a minute, it should be soon. You have said this sentence almost 10 times. Let me see you are wrong this time. It is impossible for this kid to refine the eternal pill for the first time. That is not an ordinary imperial pill." Xiao Li curled his lips and muttered in his mouth, "Oh, you doubt my vision? Okay, why don't we take a gamble?" Xiao Long raised his eyebrows and his eyes flashed. When it came to gambling, his energy suddenly increased. "Go and go. Who will bet with you? You will be excited when you say you bet. Don't you know that you will lose every time you bet? The addiction is still so big." "Who said I must lose every bet? I was still with old man Ming some time ago. Want him a meal of wine." Xiao Long said proudly. "That's what people were going to buy you a drink. Do you really think you won? Do you dare to bet?" Xiao Long was unconvinced. "What to bet on?" "Bet on your Xiao Qi. If Xiao Yan refined the eternal pill this time, you betrothed your Xiao Qi to him. If Xiao Yan didn't refine it, I would refine a batch of pills for your Xiao Qi that she needs." "How about this?" Xiao Lipton hesitated a little. Xiao Yan really refined the eternal pill this time. Then Xiao Yan's talent for refining medicine may not be generally good. Xiao Yan's peerless talent in vindictive cultivation, Xiao Li has already seen it. If he still has extraordinary talent in refining medicine, then Xiao Yan is not an ordinary genius. Betrothed Xiao Qi to him, it is not an exaggeration to say that it is high, and he will never suffer a loss. If Xiao Yan's refining fails, this gambler will make a lot of money by refining pills for Xiao Qi. You know, it is very difficult for Xiao Long to personally refine the pill for the younger generation. This time, if it weren't for Xiao Yan's talent clan to decide to focus on training, it would be impossible for Xiao Long to refine the pill for Xiao Yan. "Okay, I'll bet with you." Thinking of this, Xiao Li no longer hesitated. He didn't lose money inside and outside, and fools didn't gamble. Xiao Li agreed to Xiao Long's bet and sat back in the chair again. But just as he sat down, the whole room suddenly trembled violently. The sudden tremor made Xiao Long and Xiao Li both startled slightly, and then their eyes moved in the direction of the stone chamber, where an unusually strong wave of energy was rapidly taking shape. "It seems that alchemy is about to succeed. Xiao Li, you are not allowed to regret the bet." Xiao Long was a little excited. Xiao Li secretly rejoiced in his heart. Xiao Yan, what a genius. It seems that Dan Lei is about to land, and I don't know if this kid can resist it. Feeling the rich energy fluctuations, Xiao Long had a touch of joy and a trace of worry pass through his eyes. Every high-level pill would attract a powerful pill. Pay attention, Dan Lei is coming. This is Dan Lei who has been promoted. If that kid can't resist, we have to go up and help. Otherwise, he will end up seriously injured. Xiao Long said solemnly. However, as soon as his voice fell, the energy fluctuation in the stone chamber suddenly skyrocketed to a terrifying level. Immediately, only a bang was heard, and a beam of energy light of about half a foot shot directly out of the stone chamber and finally passed through the ceiling and rushed straight into the Xiao clan sky. Looking at the beam of light that pierced the ceiling and rushed into the sky, even Xiao Long's face couldn't help but change slightly, and he immediately whispered in surprise. I didn't expect this kid to reach this step of great success in his first refining. I'm afraid even I can't match this kind of medicine refining talent. Receiving Dan Lei is also a test for the alchemist. Daipin pill is too tyrannical, causing the power of heaven and earth to destroy it. And if the alchemist can't catch the pill and protect the pill, then the pill will be destroyed, which means the ultimate failure of refining. Therefore, taking the pill and keeping the pill is also a part of the refining technique. But you must know that the power of pill is increased with the rise of pill quality. And the pill of Daipin pill is not comparable to ordinary pill without the slightest spiritual wisdom. After Dan Lei, an ordinary pharmacist, if he didn't have the strength of a star duty in the midterm or above, it would be difficult to follow. In Xiao Long's view, it is not too difficult for Xiao Yan to take over the pill with the strength of the midterm emperor of the first star, but it is not easy to take over the pill without being injured at all. If you are unlucky, you will be destroyed when you receive the pill, and it can even cause serious injuries. In the stone room, the ceiling slowly opened, and the sky over the Xiao clan suddenly appeared with clouds and mist, and faint yellow clouds flickered in the clouds. Xiao Yan looked up at the energy that was constantly gathering around the churning clouds, stepped heavily, and his figure suddenly rushed into the sky above the Xiao clan. Looking at the tumbling clouds, Xiao Yan squinted his eyes and planned to release Bei Wang, but seeing that the pill of the imperial pill was so powerful, he expected that Bei Wang's body would definitely not be able to swallow the pill. I am afraid that it will explode his body. After Xiao Yan came out, Xiao Li and Xiao Long also hurriedly flew out of the room, looking at the calmness on Xiao Yan's face, who was looking up at the clouds in front of him. Both of them were a little puzzled. Facing such a powerful Dan Lei, Xiao Yan was so fearless. The thunder clouds in the sky surged violently, and faintly brilliant thunder pierced through the sky with a piercing sound, illuminating the world like day. A powerful thunder power. The tumbling of the five-color thunder clouds became more and more violent. The low thunder continued to resound, and the brilliant thunder with thick thighs shuttled around among the clouds. As the thunder cloud rolled, it suddenly shrank violently, and immediately a powerful thunder, like a giant python, swept out of the clouds, and then tore through the space with a terrible sound of chirping and rushed towards the stone platform where Xiao Yan was located. Fiercely, Xiao Yan didn't dare to neglect. Feeling the oppression of powerful forces, his handprint suddenly waved and changed. Watching a huge thunder blast down, Xiao Yan's palms were facing up, ready to take on Dan Lei head-on. Xiao Long saw Xiao Yan facing Dan Lei directly, and there was a buzz in his head. This kid wants to resist Dan Lei head-on? Xiao Long was very shocked. With Xiao Yan's current strength, he couldn't resist the eternal Dan Lei head-on. Even if he resisted Dan Lei with good luck, he would definitely end up seriously injured. Xiao Yan couldn't be allowed to pick up Dan Lei head-on. Xiao Long hurriedly flew toward Xiao Yan, drinking. Boy, get out of the way, you can't pick up Lei head-on. However, no matter how fast Xiao Long's speed was, he could never match the speed of the thunder. The thunder collapsed and hit Xiao Yan heavily. Xiao Yan felt the power contained in the thunder, and his body couldn't help but tremble. Just when the thunder was about to touch Xiao Yan's palms, the ring on Xiao Yan's right hand suddenly flashed with golden light. A huge brontosaurus appeared in front of Xiao Yan, and the collapsed Dan Lei was directly swallowed by the sudden appearance of the brontosaurus. This is naturally the Jiushuan golden brontosaurus, Long Yi, who has been practicing in the Golden Pagoda for a long time. Can this brontosaurus absorb the power of thunder? Xiao Long's figure suddenly stopped, and he was extremely surprised to see the Wanzhong Dan Lei swallowed by the brontosaurus. According to data records, although this kind of brontosaurus produced in a very specific environment can evolve, there is no record of what power it depends on to evolve. Could it be said that it evolved by devouring thunder? No wonder this guy is so confident. It turns out that Brontosaurus can devour Dan Lei. In fact, Xiao Long guessed wrong. Xiao Yan didn't know that Brontosaurus could devour Dan Lei. He originally wanted to resist it by his own strength. But now is not the time for him to ask, so he hurriedly lowered his figure and stabilized the eternal pill that had gradually taken shape in the medicine tripod.